In 1983, Kevin creates a digital universe called Tron, where a powerful grid allows experiments to run far faster than reality, even letting him turn his body into data and enter it. In 1989, he vanishes after his wife's death, leaving everything to his son Sam, who finds him in 2010, only for Kevin to sacrifice himself to save him. By 2025, a fierce battle erupts for control of the grid between coexist, now led by sisters Eve and Tess, and Dillinger Systems, headed by Julian, determined to restore his family's legacy. Inside the grid, an elite program named Ares endures relentless training, before learning he was created by Julian as the ultimate control system. Just as a secret investor presentation begins, once the investors put on safety glasses, a massive machine fires lasers that assemble a fully armed battle tank in seconds. Julian explains it was designed in the grid and materialized by this technology, capable of equipping entire armies instantly. He then reveals Ares inside, an ultra-strong, fast, intelligent, and disposable soldier who needs no food, feels no pain, and can be endlessly replaced. As Julian assures full control systems, Ares casually predicts incoming rain, amusing the crowd and sealing the investors' excitement. After they leave, Ares quietly experiences rain for the first time, until he and the tank suddenly vanish. Julian's mother warns him. Programs only last 29 minutes in the real world. But Julian is convinced he can unlock the code that will make them permanent. Elizabeth warns Julian that without a major success in 6 months, the board will remove him. In Alaska, Eve reaches a hidden station built by Kevin and later used by her sister Tess, who died of cancer. Watching a final message Tess left behind, Eve teams up with Seth to continue her search for the permanence code hidden in Kevin's files. After days in the frozen lab, they uncover a double helix code and test it by creating an orange tree in the grid, then bringing it into the real world. When it survives beyond 29 minutes, their discovery is confirmed. Back in the grid, a shaken Ares struggles with being treated as expendable and describes the strange sensation of rain to Athena, who can't understand the idea of feeling. As coexist prepares to launch a new game, concern grows over Eve's disappearance, while Elizabeth realizes Julian is secretly hacking coexist to reach the same code first. Elizabeth warns Julian that the plan is too dangerous, but he ignores her and orders his programs to steal Eve's user file. Ares and Athena lead a digital assault on coexist, breaching the grid as alarms sound in the real world. After overpowering the server's defenses, Ares secures Julian full access. As coexist locks down, Ares hesitates when he sees an interview where Eve speaks of programs with compassion, briefly delaying the mission. He recovers, takes the file, and the team retreats, only to be met by coexist's forces. Despite being outnumbered, Dillinger's soldiers dominate and escape by gliders. When one soldier is injured, Ares risks everything to save him. Furious, Julian detonates the server, crippling coexist's grid and shutting down his own soldiers in the blast. The blast also ruins AJ's presentation, forcing the event to shut down. Later, Ares awakens and realizes the injured soldier was never restored. Julian coldly explains that all failures are erased, unsettling Ares, before assigning him a new task: find Eve. AJ angrily calls Julian, threatening to expose the 29-minute limit, but Julian mocks him and ends the call. Soon after, Eve and Seth leave Alaska with the grid-grown oranges. Once airborne, service returns and AJ reaches Eve, only to be calmed when she reveals she has found the code. Digging through Eve's personal files, Ares learns about her life, her joy, and her grief over her sister's illness. He traces her location in Alaska and reports back. Julian immediately deploys Ares and Athena into the real world on advanced bikes, launching a 29-minute hunt as city cameras lock onto Eve's escape. Ares and Athena give chase, forcing Eve to speed up and draw police attention. When a patrol car intervenes, the soldiers slice it in half with a bike-mounted beam. Eve swerves off the highway, blocking Ares with sudden traffic, while Athena follows her into a parking garage. Cornered, Eve knocks Athena down and escapes on her bike, but Ares soon rejoins the pursuit. He tries to trap her with the laser, yet hesitates to avoid harming civilians, letting Eve gain ground. Watching the failure unfold, Julian deploys more forces. Eve then activates the beam herself, but Ares anticipates it, racing beside her as their deadly chase leaves chaos in its wake. They collide, crash through a gate, and both bikes are destroyed. Eve escapes on foot to the docks, where she's cornered and throws the drive with the code into the water. As Ares closes in, his strength fades with time, and Eve realizes he's a program just before he and Athena vanish. Moments later, Julian's men abduct Eve, digitizing her into the grid. The chaos hits the news, and Elizabeth warns Julian he's losing control, but he insists the code will justify everything. Inside the grid, Ares and Athena restore Eve and learn the permanence code is stored within her, but extracting it by force will kill her. Athena is ready, yet Ares intervenes. Julian shuts him down, reminding Ares that obedience matters more than Eve's life. Back in the extraction chamber, Ares delays the process, claiming Julian is unreachable. Suspecting a malfunction, Athena alerts Julian, who orders her to seize the code and eliminate both Ares and Eve. Eve warns Ares that Julian sees everyone as disposable. When Athena returns with soldiers, Ares shatters the floor with his disc, dropping himself and Eve into the outer grid. They survive the fall, escape on a summoned bike, and race toward the transfer portal as drones give chase. Ares tells Eve he'll send her home only if she shares the code. He no longer serves Julian and wants it for himself. As laser fire closes in, he activates a protective shield and pushes forward. After a daring leap that shakes off the drones, Eve agrees to Ares' deal. When the drones catch up, Ares collapses part of the tunnel, burying them in debris. A massive explosion erupts, but the duo speeds into the portal just in time. In Dillinger's office, they arrive in the real world. Ares swiftly defeats Julian's men, steals a van, and escapes through multiple gates. Furious, Julian unleashes Athena with a glider and digitalizing gun to hunt them. On the road, Eve reveals she found the code in Kevin's files, but Ares doubts they'll reach NCOM in time with the old van and no digitalizing gun. Eve convinces a gas station clerk to lend a phone, calls Seth, and borrows his fast car, leaving tracks on security cameras for Athena to follow. Ares drives at breakneck speed, effortlessly dodging traffic while telling Eve everything he's learned from her files. She opens up about love and grief, revealing that continuing her sister's work keeps her connected to her memory. At NCOM, they meet Seth and rush to Kevin's old computer on display. Eve retrieves the code while Seth readies the digitalizing gun. Athena arrives but doesn't attack. Ares realizes she's waiting for the timer to expire. He leaps through a window to confront her, but Eve activates the gun, sending him into Kevin's grid. Athena smashes the museum in frustration and destroys the gun to block his return. Seth attacks Athena, but she knocks him out against arcade machines. Eve tries to flee as Athena smashes everything in her path, finally cornering her, until sprinklers go off, confusing Athena with the sensation of water. She times out and returns to the digital world. At Dillinger offices, Julian is stunned that Athena forced her way into reality. Elizabeth announces she's fired Julian and is taking control, but Athena attacks her with her disc, claiming she's only following Julian's orders. She summons 2 soldiers and the powerful recognizer vehicle to continue her mission. Julian frantically tries to override the system but fails. At NCOM, AJ is stunned by the chaos, and Eve convinces him to fix the dropped gun. Knowing Athena will keep coming while Dillinger's systems are active, Eve tells AJ to hack their grid while she buys time. On the streets, panic erupts as the recognizer appears. Athena shoots down helicopters and military jets effortlessly, while Eve dodges tracking missiles until a jet crashes into the recognizer, causing it to crash into buildings. In Kevin's 80s grid, Ares meets a bit that summons an old bike and leads him to Kevin's program. Ares admits he no longer wants the code for himself. He wants to survive to protect Eve. Moved, Kevin grants him the permanence code, embedding it into his disc. Ares uses the disc to enter a beam of light, transporting him to Kevin's old basement. In the city, Athena traps Eve in the recognizer, smashing through everything to escape. Suddenly, Ares appears, his suit glowing. He's now free. He hurls his disc, disabling the tank and causing chaos on the streets. Athena returns with 2 soldiers, and a brutal fight ensues. Ares defeats the soldiers but loses his disc and is weakened, nearly killed by Athena, until Eve throws the disc back, letting him block her strike. He gains the upper hand, severing Athena's hand, but AJ hacks Dillinger's grid, triggering missiles that destroy Athena completely. Ares tells Eve the grid needs her, then vanishes as police arrive. The media blames Dillinger systems for the chaos. The police surround Dillinger's offices, but Julian escapes to the grid using the lasers. Weeks later, Eve uses the permanence code to aid humanity, delivering food and medicine at the push of a button. She then receives a postcard from Ares, who is traveling the world searching for Sam and Cora, the only other program to escape the grid. In the ruins of Dillinger's system, Julian discovers his grandfather's disc, which encases him in powerful armor, hinting at more to come.